Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you're told to do. Like a break, boy, yeah. Like a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Raider Live. Welcome to the WWF WCW Trivia Showdown. You guys all ready to go? Let's rock and roll. Throw your names up in the chat room. Let's get this thing up, fired, rocking, and rolling. If it's your first time joining me, thank you. Please hit the like and subscribe. We're going to have a great time tonight. We have all sorts of fun trivia shows lined up here for you tonight. Hit subscribe, hit the channel. Let's get this thing up, fired and rolling. It's your first time playing with us. We got some rules coming up here.
Treat you like you're a little man.
Here are the rules. Please, 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 please. No answers in the chat room. That's a number one rule. We're all playing at home. Play against each other, play against your friends, play against your family, play text. Write it down at home. Please don't put the answers in the chat room because we don't want to give away the answers. Everyone wants to have some fun. In this game, we're going to have a first round of 15 questions. Each of those are going to be worth 1 point apiece. After that, we're going to have a sound round, which is new for this game. We're going to have a sound round, 10 questions. Those are all going to be worth 1 point apiece. Then we're going to have a visual mystery round worth 2 points apiece. Then we're going to have a super hard question worth 8 points. And that'll end the game. Play at home against your friends. Compare scores in the chat room. We'll put the chat on when we're ready. We'll put the ask for your scores when you're ready to go. And remember, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! And before we start, I also want to throw a shout out to a regular, Buddha. It is his birthday today. He is the king of the Buddha McSplash and the Choke Slam. Happy birthday, brother. All right, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you guys ready to play? I said, are you ready to play? Well, it doesn't matter if you're ready or not, because we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling right now. Here we go with question number 1. Starts now. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin met at WrestleMania 3 different times in one-on-one matches. Who had the most wins in those 3 matches? Remember, write these down at home, and then we'll ask for your scores after each round here, see how everyone's doing. I hope everyone's having a great time. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. If it is your first time here, please hit subscribe and like on the channel. We do theme night trivias every 2 weeks, every other Friday, but we do have a general trivia every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central. Hey, I see a lot of new people in the room. Lot of people in the room. Thank you all for joining us. Everyone hit that like button. Remember, please, if you're joining us, no answers in the chat room. Question number 1 is worth 1 point. Once again, it's The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin met at WrestleMania 3 different times. Who had the most wins in those 3 matches? Answer coming your way right now. It was.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
It was Stone Cold Steve Austin. He won 15 and 17. The Rock won at 19. If you got that one right, give me a hell yeah. Put that hell yeah right in the chat. And you got 1 point there. I also want to point out that all these are going to be from mid-80s WWF, WCW, right until the end of the Monday Night Wars. We got a bunch, wide range in there. So, have fun with it. I worked a long time on this. Let's have a good time. All right, question number 2 coming your way. This wrestler that made Milwaukee famous spent most of his career in the AWA and won 3 AWA World Heavyweight titles. He ended his career wrestling house shows for the WWF in 1988. And this one's thrown in for my pops. Lots of people in here that are new. Hey, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We play general trivia every Saturday. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of goofy stuff, as you can see. My outfit's always goofy. I got lights, I got lasers, I got all sorts of fun stuff. All right. Answer to question number 2 coming your way. This wrestler that made Milwaukee famous spent most of his career in the AWA and won 3 AWA World Heavyweight titles. He ended his career wrestling house shows for the WWF in 1988, and he does have a statue in Milwaukee because he is the man that made Milwaukee famous. He is, of course.
So I'm going to start getting ready for him. I'm going to start eating 6 pounds of Polish sausage today, increase my beer from a case to a case and a half, and I'm going to eat a lot of mashed potatoes and gravy.
For a body posing contest, potatoes
And gravy.
That was the Crusher. The Crusher. If you got the Crusher right, you gave yourself a point there. Congratulations. If not, don't worry about it. We got all sorts more questions coming your way. Just want to make sure this is centered here. You guys can see that all good. There we go. That's a little better. Now we can see it. Can you guys hear the music all right? Can you hear the sound clips all right? I hope so. If not, throw it in the chat. See if it's a little loud, a little low. Background music, just for background music. But if you can hear the clips, it's all good. All right, good. All right, moving on. Question number 3. What wrestler is the only person to appear on WWF's Raw and WCW Monday Nitro on the same night? Same night. Also one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. You heard the Crusher just fine. Well, that's good. I almost busted out a cigar for the Crusher. Because, you know, the Crusher, when he trains, he puts a beer keg on both shoulders, hooked up to his mouth, and he starts running. When them beer kegs are empty, he's done training. Then he'll go down to the saloon with the Bruiser, dance the polka with a bunch of dollies, have himself a good old time. All right, answer to question number 3 coming your way. What wrestler is the only person to appear on WWF's Raw and WCW Monday Nitro on the same night? That answer is...
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, Rhode Island rednecks, Atlantic City sweat hogs, New York nitwits, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
That's right, it was the ravishing one, Rick Rude. My favorite wrestler of all time, Ravishing Rick Rude. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, don't worry about it. He showed up on Raw, which was taped, and then went to live on Nitro. His contract was up, and he appeared on both shows on the same night. Crazy. All right, moving on to question number 4. When Triple H was in WCW, he wrestled under what name? That's all right. If you missed it, you can always go back. All my shows are taped and go up loaded on the stream. So maybe one of your friends didn't make it. That's cool. You just send them the link to the video. Ask them what their score was. I do encourage gambling amongst family members and friends. No answers in the chat, but you are welcome to throw in little blurbs about the questions in there. Like that. It was 8 days after the Montreal Screwjob. Absolutely. I love all the talk about wrestling in there. He did have 2 names, but they're all pretty much the same. So if you write either one, I actually wrote both of them down. on here, but they're very similar, so to speak. Once you know, Mello, you know the answer. So they're both very, very close to each other. So either one, if you get either one, it counts for a point. All right, question number 4 coming your way. Answer, that is, when Triple H was in WCW, he wrestled under what name? And that was...
We are back with a newcomer in World Championship Wrestling. As you take a look at a great crowd on hand. Our first look at Terra Ryzing.
It was Terra Ryzing, or Terra Ryzing. They kind of changed the spelling and name a little bit, but it was all similar. So if you got anything close to Terra Ryzing, give yourself a point. Look at that beautiful blonde beach hair. Oh, Triple H was looking stylish then, wasn't he? The game before he was the game. All right, moving on to question number 5. After a year-long storyline of whodunit, who was revealed to be the person that ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin at the Survivor Series? Yeah, that was his real name. At the end, he went by his real name as the Frenchman. I should have said what he debuted as. So, if you had Jean-Paul Levesque, I'll give you that one too. You got a point there, because he actually did change his name to his real name at the end there. I totally forgot about that. He went as a Frenchman. I did it for The Rock. That's my Rock impersonation. All right, question number 5, answer coming your way. After a year-long storyline of whodunit, who was revealed to be the person that ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin at the Survivor Series? Now the answer was, this guy wasn't even in the WWF at the time of the run over, but they gave him the nod anyway. It was Rikishi.
I did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock, apparently, because all the Samoan wrestlers are being held back. All right, if you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, that's all right. We're moving on to question number 6. What man entered the Royal Rumble 3 different times in the 1998 Royal Rumble? Hey, he knows this one. That's good. That's good. I'm excited for the sound round coming up. We haven't done a sound round before. That's going to be 10 questions in that sound round coming up. So stay tuned for that. All right. Answer to question number 6 coming your way. What man entered the Royal Rumble 3 different times in the 1998 Royal Rumble? That was, of course, the one, the only, the hardcore legend. It was the hardcore legend Mick Foley. He came in as Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love 3 separate times, 3 different characters, but all the same man. Bang, bang! For old Cactus Jack. Mick Foley, if you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, don't worry about it. We're moving on to question number 7. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, who won the 1992 Royal Rumble and was awarded the world title? I am wearing my Macho Man Randy Savage Fear the Madness shirt if you hadn't noticed that. My microphone's probably in the way of it. All right. Answer to question number 7 coming your way right now. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, who won the 1992 Royal Rumble and was awarded the world title? That would be the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend.
Talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
If you got that one right, give me a woo! It was the one, the only, the man, Ric Flair. Ric Flair won the world title. He told everyone he'd win the world title. He was the 3rd man into the Royal Rumble that year. And he won the world title by winning it. As him, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby the Brain Heenan all told you, I told you so. Woo! The man, the myth, the legend. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Ric Flair. Yes, he was number 3. All right. Moving on to question number 8. Last Royal Rumble question. Who won the very first Royal Rumble in 1988? I had it on there, Dave, but I don't know. I always like that the rant of his better of the limousine riding, kiss stealing, diamond ring wearing, son of a gun. Oh, I know this one. If Brent is out there, he knows this one. All right. Answer coming your way. Question number 8. Last Royal Rumble question. Who won the very first Royal Rumble in 1988? Funny enough, the Royal Rumble was not the main event in the first Royal Rumble. But it was won by... Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! If you got that one right, give me a ho! Right in the chat room. It was the Hacksaw. Him and his 2x4 and his USA chants. Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the very first Royal Rumble. Ho! All right. You got that one right, give yourself a point. Moving on to question number 9. This wrestler, in a famous interview with Mean Gene Okerlund, declared himself the cream of the crop while using several coffee creamers as props. You got your picture taken with Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Hopefully it wasn't in that prison that he, or that jail that he went in with the Sheik. If you haven't seen that story, go look that story up sometime. All right. Answer to question number 9 coming your way. Now, I said before that Rick Rude was my favorite wrestler. I gotta say it's a 1 and 1A actually, because this was also my favorite wrestler. Because this wrestler, in a famous interview with Mean Gene Okerlund, declared himself the cream of the crop while using several coffee creamers as props.
say it here. Let me say it out loud. And let me point to the president of the World Wrestling Federation. The Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah. I am the cream in the World Wrestling Federation.
Wait a minute,
and there is no doubt about it, yeah. You mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
All right, it was the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He is the cream of the crop. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If you got it right, give me a "ooh yeah" in the chat room as well. Because ooh yeah, dig it. All right, moving on to question number 10.
New world order. New world order. New world order.
We have reached the new World Order section of our show here. Because when you're NWO for life. Because that's just too sweet. All right, next few questions are about the NWO. Hope you're ready for that. Here we are. Question number 10. What active wrestler was the first to join Hogan and Nash and Hall in the now... Wow, I just did not write that question right. What active wrestler was the first to join Hogan, Nash, and Hall and became the 5th member overall of the NWO? I had to write it that way because the 4th member wasn't a wrestler. It was Ted DiBiase. I need the first wrestler that joined those three.
New world order.
The first wrestler that joined those three. Thanks, Filthy Rich, for the shirt. Woo!
New world.
All right. Question number 10. What active wrestler was the first to join Hogan, Hall, and Nash in the NWO? That's what it's supposed to say. I changed it to the now. In the NWO and was the 5th member overall. That was...
New world order.
The Giant. The Giant was the 4th member to join and the first wrestler to join those three. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, don't worry about it. We're moving on to question number 11. Which cigar-smoking basketball player was a member of the NWO?
New world order. New world order.
I forgot to walk out with my
New world order.
playing the old title belt as I walked out. I know it's an NXT belt, but that's all I got. All right, question number 11. Answer coming your way. Which cigar-smoking basketball player was a member of the NWO? That, of course, was
going down.
Dennis Rodman. If you got Dennis Rodman right, give yourself a point. All right, moving on to question number 12. Sean Waltman, a.k.a. the 1-2-3 Kid, was named what when he joined the NWO? Answer coming your way. Sean Waltman, a.k.a. the 1-2-3 Kid, was named what when he joined the NWO? Spelling does not count, but I know where you're coming from there. All right, answer coming your way. When he was in the WWO before then, he was the 1-2-3 Kid. If you add all those up, that equals 6. Also, he was the 6th member to join, so they named him 6. 6. Remember playing with him on WCW versus NWO, and he was like playing Odd Job because he was so cheap and fast. All right, moving on to 13. What NWO member betrayed his longtime tag team partner at Super Bowl 8 to become a member of the NWO?
New world order. New world order.
The Lightning Kid, that's right.
New world order.
All right, answer coming your way. What NWO member betrayed his longtime tag team partner at Super Bowl 8 to become a member of the NWO? And that was the one, the only, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. The one where they asked, is steroids really out of wrestling? All he had to do was look at Scott Steiner and his disgusting softball in his arm and know that steroids was still prevalent in wrestling at the time. All right, moving on to 14. On an episode of Monday Night Nitro, Eric Bischoff was exposed as a member of the NWO by which wrestler?
New world.
For life.
New world order.
All right, answer coming your way here. On an episode of Monday Night Nitro, Eric Bischoff was exposed as a member of the NWO by which wrestler? This was obviously, well, not obviously, the Hall of Famer, Rowdy Roddy Piper. He was the one that did it. Rowdy Roddy Piper and his famous eye poke. I love that eye poke. You got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, don't worry about it. This is the last NWO question right now. And the last one of round number 1. This referee refereed every single match on the NWO Sold Out pay-per-view in 1997.
New world order.
You going down.
New world order. New world.
All right, answer coming your way. This referee refereed every single match on the NWO Sold Out pay-per-view in 1997. And that was Nick Patrick. Nick Patrick was. As you see him here taking a powerbomb. All right, that was our NWO part of round number 1, and round number 1 is over. Let's post in the chat room here how you did out of the 15 possible points of round number 1. Let's see how you did. David got 15. He's got a perfect score going. Holy moly. City Slickers with 6. Josh the Punk Guy with 13. Another 15. Another perfect score. Holy Mellow Blissful. Welcome to the game. Derek 8. Brett, I was hoping you'd make it 15 for him as well. Holy moly. Filthy Rich says, it doesn't matter how he did. Buddha with 9. Jenny out of 7. Holy, you got a chance here. Kimberly with 5. Ryan Hype with 6. All right. boys and girls. Now we move on to the sound round. We're going to have 10 questions in the sound round here. And the sound round is, whose entrance music is this? You're going to name the wrestler or tag team based on the entrance music. There'll be 5 WWF ones and 5 WCW ones. They're worth 1 point apiece. I'm going to give you 30 seconds of the entrance music. After that, I'm going to give you the answer. So you have that 30 seconds to figure it out. All right, here we go with our first sound round. And I'll give you guys the hint of if it's WWF or WCW. You'll see why, or you'll see in a minute. All right, here's the first one in the sound round. Whose entrance music is this? And once the 30-second music is up, we get the answer. Filthy Rich seems to know this one. All right, that was the 30-second music clip. Here's the answer. That was, in WWF, the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. If you got that one right, give yourself 1 point. 1 point for the Nugget. Rest in peace, Owen. All right, moving on to the second one. Whose is this? WCW. All right, time's up. That was Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. Moving on to the next sound round one. Which WWF theme is this? All right, time's up. Who was that? That was our first tag team. It was the men from down under, the Bushwhackers. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers. Also another tag team that didn't need a title. And actually, they're still wrestling, I believe. All right, moving on to the fourth one. WCW, who's this? All right, Filthy Rich, you should have got that one. I know you should have got that one. That's one of your favorites. That was a Chris Jericho theme. Chris Jericho, another one of my all-time favorites. The Lionheart, Chris Jericho. If you got that one right, it's worth a point. Moving on to the fifth one from WWF. Whose theme is this? I wish we had a camera at Buddha's birthday house right now. I know he's dancing to all of these. All right, our second tag team. Who was it? That was Scotty 2 Hotty and Grandmaster Sexay. Too Cool. Scotty 2 Hotty doing the worm. One of the most ridiculous moves outside the people's elbow. How that finished people off, I have no idea. But if you got Scotty or Too Cool right, that's where the point. All right, moving on to the sixth one. In WCW, who's this? I love how WCW had like mainstream songs, but then just changed a little bit of it so they could get away with not paying them. Rikishi was part of Too Cool at one point. All right, whose music was that in WCW? That was Raven. Totally ripped that song. Chris Jericho's song, Raven's song, Diamond Dallas Page's song. They just ripped off songs, basically, but changed a few notes. That was Raven, the leader of the flock. What about Raven? Raven's rules. You got that one right, give yourself a point. All right, next theme coming up. In WWF, who is this? For the birthday boy. If you ever get to my live show, this is actually my intro music to the second show. All right. Who was that? That, of course, was the one, the only. Dust. Happy birthday, Buddha. How do you not love that guy? Everyone loves Goldust. All right, you got Goldust right. Give yourself a point. Moving on to the eighth one in WCW. Whose was this? All right, 30 seconds up. That was the one, the only, Stinko Malenko, Dean Malenko. Got that one right. That was a hard point to get, but congratulations. Moving on to question number 9. In WWF, or WWE, who was this? All right, time's up. That was the only Mr. Perfect. Look at this gif when he throws the towel back. Heenan just doesn't even see it and somehow catches that one. Bobby was the best. Bobby the Brain. I wish I had some gum for this one. Put the gum in the air. I still do it all the time too, Tyrell. When I'm out golfing or I got gum in there, I'm Mr. Perfect it every time. All right, if you got Mr. Perfect, give yourself a point. Going on to the last one of the sound round. What WCW theme is this? All right, time's up. If you play the video game, he was one of my favorite characters to play as. That was Ultimo Dragon. Tough one there. All right, we're through the 1-point rounds now. Let's see some scores on how you did 25 points in. Go ahead and post them there. Hope you had fun with the sound round. Gonna start trying to add that more and more. Disco Inferno would be pretty easy for everybody. Plus, that one is copyrighted. All right, let's see some scores. 25 points in. 1? Didn't you have more than that before? I thought you had more than that before, Jessica. $24. Oh, he missed Ultimo Dragon. 10 out of 10 on the sound round. Not bad. Derek, 12 out of 25. 10. Not bad. Miss Jenny, 10. 24 for Brent. I'm curious which one you missed, Brent. Was it Ultimo Dragon? Because I know you got Das Wunderkind. 19 for Steve. Maybe Brent missed Dean Malenko. Buddha with 13. Oh, I thought you'd have more than that. Whew. Oh, you meant from the sound clips. Oh, okay. Just got one of them. Mello's got a perfect score going. We'll see if that stands up in the mystery round. Because the mystery round, everything's worth 2 points in the mystery round. There'll be 5 questions in the mystery round. It's going to be the visual mystery round. And it will be, I'll show you a picture. And you give me the character name or the wrestler that at their name at the time of this picture. Okay, so if they change their name at some point, I don't care. When this picture's taken, I need to know who it is. All right, here's your first one. And this one, I'm going to give you all 5, and then we'll come back and do the answers. So don't worry about it. If you don't get it right away, you get some time to think about this one. Here's the first one. Who is this? Who is this? All right. Second one. Who's this? All right. Third one. Who's this? Let's see if these perfect scores hold up on these. All right, and the fourth one. Who's this? And then the fifth one. Who is this? All right, I'll give everyone a few minutes here on these ones. Those are all the 5 pictures again right up there. Who are those people at the time of the picture taken? I want to take this time to thank everyone for joining us. Please share this video with your friends if they couldn't make it tonight for the live version. You could play against them. If you missed any questions, you can go back after it uploads after we're done streaming here. And join us for Saturday Night Trivias. It's a lot of fun. A lot of regulars in here. You'll get to know people in the chat room. We have a great time. Lots of laughs. It's general knowledge trivia every Saturday on Raider Live. And then every other Friday we have a theme night. We've had all sorts of fun theme nights already. We've had The Office. We had Star Wars. We've had Parks and Rec. I feel like we had another one in there somewhere. Can't think what it is. But stay tuned. I will announce what the next theme night will be. Haven't decided yet. It'll be 2 weeks from tonight. The Office is where we proved Miss Jenny was a psychic. She knew the answers before the questions came out. It was crazy. Go back and watch that video. All right. Time's up on Who Is This? We'll start with number 1. Now the answers.
You know, the paper said, everybody says the greatest team in the history of professional wrestling today. I guess you can say we are the in crowd. Am I right, Anvil?
That, of course, is the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, one of the best managers of all time. Got that one right. Give yourself 2 points. That one's worth 2 points. All mystery rounds are worth 2 points apiece. All right, the second one.
Lucky Talk. Play bad music.
He's not good at all.
Guitar. Break. See?
That was George the Animal Steel, obviously. Still looks the same. Still is hairy, I'm sure. Had a tendency for eating turnbuckles. I remember when I went to a house show as a kid. He was on the card. He ate 2 turnbuckles that night, and it was right before intermission because they had to go and replace all the turnbuckles. I don't think he was supposed to eat the second one. All right, third one.
Ralphus Gums takes charge. Look at this. A man in command. He should say serve and protect on his shirt.
He's the master of crowd control. You can see that.
One Wyatt, one Ralphus.
It is Ralphus. Ralphus was the name of it. Not Rufus. Ralphus was Jericho's personal security. Oh, I forgot that he died recently. George the Animal Steel died recently. I forgot about that. I saw him on an interview not too long ago. That's where I was saying he looks the same. He was doing a shoot interview on YouShoot. But all right, moving on. Ralphus was Jericho's personal security and crowd control. If you got that one right, give yourself 2 points. If not, moving on to the fourth one.
Lodi loves Katie Holmes.
Misspell Holmes. That's where he grew up.
Oh, I thought maybe he was just sending an early Valentine's Day greeting and it saved him $3 because he didn't have to buy a card.
Lodi. Lodi was the sign-carrying member of the flock. Always carried signs just like everyone in the crowd. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. 2 points, actually. 2 whole points for that one. And then finally, the fifth one. Did you get this one? It's a tough one. He was a king jobber who used to pat himself on the back before every match.
Barry Horowitz patting himself on the back. That's not such a good idea.
Well, look at Horowitz. He's getting a little bigger. He's working out pretty heavy, looks like.
Well, you got to remember that a pat on the back is only 18 inches away from a kick in the pants.
It was famous jobber Barry Horowitz. If you got Barry Horowitz right, it's not RVD. Miss Jenny got Barry Horowitz. Amazing. All right, hold on to your scores here because we got the final question coming up is right now. And it's worth 8 points. It's a 3-part question. You got to get all 3 parts of this question right to get the 8 points. Have to get all 3 parts of this question right. If you get any part of it wrong, you don't get the 8 points. Here's the final question of Wrestling Theme Night. During the Monday Night Wars, September 1995 through March 2001. September 1995 is when Monday Nitro debuted, and March 2001 is when Nitro was dead. Between that time frame, September 95 and March 2001, name the 3 wrestlers, 3 different wrestlers, there's your clue, who held each of these titles for the longest consecutive days during that time frame. So it's not how many titles they won, it's how long, who held it the longest in that time frame for one title reign. Not add it all up. It's who held it for the longest title reign for each of these belts. The WWF World Title, the WCW World Title, and the WWF Intercontinental Title. You must get all three of these correct to get the 8 points. So once again, the final question. During the Monday Night Wars, September 95 through 2001 of March, name the 3 wrestlers who each held each of these titles for the longest consecutive days, so the longest title reign. I need the one for the WWF World Title. I need the wrestler that had the WCW World Title. And the wrestler that had the WWF Intercontinental Title for the longest time. Most consecutive days holding the title. I hope I was clear on that. Give you guys a chance, since it's a hard question, to think about it here a little bit and do a little housework. Please, 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 when you're done with this, hit the like on this button. I found out that YouTube really likes it when you have videos that have likes on them. Send it to your friends that like wrestling as well. Tell them to beat my score, beat your score. Gambling's always insisted upon and fun. Also, we do trivia every Saturday night. If you're new, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic time tonight. And then we'll see the final scores in here. Oh, Princess Samantha shows up. Holy moly. Thanks, Dave. I wrote this one myself and did all the research for it myself. For those of you who don't come into the normal trivia shows on Saturdays, Princess Samantha is a Disney princess celebrity from time to time that comes in. I didn't think she'd be here on wrestling night. All right. Time's up on the final question here. Remember, you need to get all 3 of these correct to get the 8 points. During the Monday Night Wars, September 1995 through March 2001, name the 3 wrestlers who held each of these titles for the longest consecutive days. I need the WWF World Title, the WCW World Title, and the WWF Intercontinental Title. All right. Now the answer. Here we go. The WWF title was...
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill. Up and down, that's fine. I'm just a sexy boy.
Shawn Michaels held the title for 231 days. That was the longest title reign during that era. 231 days, Shawn Michaels. The showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania. All right. Remember, you got to get all 3 correct. WCW World Title was... It was the Hollywood Hogan. Held it for 359 days. During that time frame, 359 days. I can't play Hollywood Hogan's music. That is copyrighted. Sorry about that. But that's all right. Hollywood Hogan was the second one. All right, those might have been easy for you. The Intercontinental title might be the tough one. Who held the Intercontinental title the longest? That was. Remember, you gotta get all 3 right to get the 8 points.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
It was The Rock, the Great One, the People's Champion. He held the Intercontinental title for 265 days. All right, everybody, let's see your final scores out of a possible, let's see, there's 15 plus 10, 25, 35, 43 possible points. Let's see how you did. Mello got all 3, nailed it. Nice hit. City Slickers with 15. David with 28. Let's see some more scores in here. Steve with 37 on Apostle 38. You're out the final question, Ray. Congratulations. Miss Jenny 14. Brent with 34. That means you got the final question right. You must have missed a couple of the pictures, huh? 2 pictures you missed, Brent. That's weird. 8 for Kimberly. 20 out of 43 for David. That's all right. 4 for Jessica. Perfect score for Mello. Nice hit. I'll try to make it harder for you in the future. You are a true wrestling fan. Congratulations. Nice perfect score. Princess Samantha got 2. Amanda got all 3 on the final question. Congratulations. Buddha with 26. On his birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Miss Jenny not posting her score. Joe Harrison, can't believe Hogan did a full year. Didn't do a full year. Go look it up. I mean, he had it a ton of times. So. All right, thank you all very much for joining me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun with our wrestling trivia theme night. We're gonna have regular trivia tomorrow night, Saturday at 8 p.m. We do this every Saturday and then have theme night every other Friday. Please, if you had a good time, tell your friends. Share the links, like the page, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I'm online. Also, tell your friends about it. We got a new goal. We're already up over 200 subscribers now. Or we were really close before we went on the line. Let's see if we can get that up to 1,000 here before next month. Thank you all very much. I hope you had a good time. I will see you all tomorrow night. Y'all have a great night. Stay safe.